All right, so doing the recap of the week and going into next week, what we might be able to expect. So it's January 21st right now. The market is closed, and this is the dollar yen. And ultimately, the week prior showed some really interesting price action. So I want to start from the top down. So this is the 3 day, and as we've been watching this move through here play out in the last 2 or 3 weeks, we're getting to this point where price is going to need to make a decision. And it might not happen right away. We might see a little bit of consolidation going on, but ultimately, this could be a zone where we see a little bit of bullish price action, then maybe go lower. Or we hold bullish. Who really knows? But either way, this last week, on the smaller time frame, on the 15-minute here, so we had this huge dump the week before into this zone, this 127.50. And we ultimately held this support. We had price test this low and ultimately work its way up. And this move right here, I'm not sure if this was fundamental or something like that, but either way, what this served in terms of the price and the volume moving in the market is for everyone that was anticipating the market was going to reverse right here and they had all of these pending orders sitting above this range. Likewise, for people that were selling right here and they had their stop losses above this range, this served to clear the board and ultimately get all of that liquidity back in the market. And then a lot of people were probably trying to buy in right here, and a lot of stop losses were probably right here. So it was a quick move to take out both buyers and sellers in one foul swoop, ultimately to pick up liquidity. But look, so we came back down, but we closed higher. We're still closing higher than the 127.50 level. So that tells me that there is a possibility we could be reversing here. We'll have to see how price plays out in the next week or two. But ultimately, I think we could consolidate a little bit. And we'll have to see if this is the point where price is going to make a little bit of a correction or maybe even turn to the bull side for the beginning of 2023. So we'll have to see on that. All right. And gold also, I want to touch on gold. I found this one pretty interesting considering gold has been on a strong bull run for several months now. Yeah, this started back in, what was that, November of 22? Yeah, so we've been very bullish for quite a while now. And I think if you look at the much larger time frames, I think gold could continue higher. We'll see. But ultimately, in the short term, or I guess in the more near term, price can't continue up in a direction like that unless it's fundamentally driven, like strongly fundamentally driven. But this has been so driven to this bull side for so long that I think it'd be reasonable to expect some sort of retracement and then maybe go higher. We'll have to see. Either way, on this 4 hour chart, it is looking like with every push higher, we're not getting quite as much volume. So we'll have to see. Stops need to be taken. Positions need to be exited. Like profit needs to be taken for the people that were buying in at these lower levels ultimately. So I think in the long run, like maybe over the course of 2023, gold could be very bullish still. We'll have to see. I mean, fundamental events could absolutely change that. Gold is definitely more prone to those in terms of long-term outlook, but we'll have to see. So a possible pullback, higher highs, question mark. And aside from that, we're going into crypto because crypto has also been interesting. Look at that. Look at that. Some bullish action going on right here. Okay. So we've been consolidating in this range since, again, November 22, all the way up until now. And this is what I'm saying too. Like this is just coming to me right now, but when volume exits one market, it has to go into another. So with gold being so overdrawn, I should say, potentially, and that was over the same period of time where crypto was consolidating. That could mean that while when volume is exiting the gold market, profit is being taken, investors may be buying back into crypto right now. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be like this is the correction. It's probably not in all reality, but price could come back. So this Bitcoin price could come back up to this 30,000 level. If it does, and we end up consolidating in this range, but ultimately like holding this support right around this 25,000 level or even the 20,000 level, then we could see a correction like slowly happening over the course of this year. The other thing I think could potentially happen is if we don't ultimately break this 30,000 level, or even I'll put it up here, if we can't clear above this $36,000 level, then price is probably just going to take liquidity up here and dump further. We'll see how far it's going to go down. That is a possibility. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but ultimately, like, look at these levels back from even like pre 2020. This is Bitcoin down at 12,000, 11,000. That it's still possible that those levels are going to be taken before we ultimately see the rise that everybody's looking for. But in the near term, like, this could be a decent opportunity to buy, honestly. If you want to make profit in this range and bet on the market maybe going further up in a bullish direction, but either way, like, you got to crypto, you got to think really long term. You got to think about like 22,000 for a coin that could be that was 65,000, that was 70,000, like it could go higher than that. We all know that. So it could go lower than that. That's a possibility. We can't just assume, but at the same time, this would be a good point to perhaps buy this asset. Again, this is not financial advice. It's just what, again, I'm always just reacting to the price, reacting to what's happening within the market, and ultimately how things are playing out. So, with that, I hope you all are making solid profits. Hope you all are understanding what you're looking at, and I wish you happy trading going into this next week, whether you're in crypto, forex, stocks. No, I don't do stocks. It doesn't matter. Either way, happy trading, y'all. Thanks for watching.